Yo, Theo here, all exhausted from a leg workout and an intense sauna cold shower session. Yeah, I had lots of time between clients today, as personal trainers have sometimes. And so, yeah, tough leg workout and long sauna cold shower session. And now I have an hour till my next client, so figure I might as well shoot this video. Sorry if it is a little unstructured. I'm kind of out of it right now. I squatted 130 kilos, new personal best, 8 reps on the first set, then 7, then 6. So I'm happy about that. We'll see, maybe I'll add just some sets, deadlifts and squats and stuff at the end, just for fun here. So finally, I'm gonna tell you how my opinion about fasting has changed. I think there will be nothing really new here if you're someone who watches like most of my videos, because this is not a sudden change. This is like what I've concluded while experimenting with prolonged fasting. So we're talking about prolonged fasting mainly here. So the main thing to like get the point ahead right away is that I think when you are unhealthy, when you've fallen victim to like the modern world, the extreme availability of junk food, the convenience technology offers with like everything, and you've gotten like fat or inflamed from eating processed food, junk food, I think fasting is amazing for how quickly you can turn that around. It's the fastest way to lose weight. Losing weight in and of itself is one of the best things you can do to improve your health, like if you're overweight, obviously. Also, it just seems to be able to get rid of lots of autoimmune issues, skin conditions, stuff like that very, very quickly. But for people who are already healthy, I think the health benefits might be exaggerated. Yes, a decent analogy here is like if you got a really dirty piece of clothing. A laundry machine is awesome, right? It will clean it right up really fast, awesome. But if you have like something that's already clean, putting that in the laundry machine every day, you're just gonna wear it out, right? And that's kind of how I feel about fasting, and how I felt lately sometimes when I really pushed it with longer fasts, when I've been training so hard. I feel like, fasting is great for lots of things, but repairing damaged muscle tissue is not one of them, right? So yes, that's kind of it. That's kind of the main point here. But so, to go on, autophagy is something we talk a lot about with fasting, right? One of the best things about it. And obviously, fasting does increase autophagy like a lot, but so does physical exercise. And so if you exercise a lot, you don't really have to worry about it. It's not like the more autophagy, the better, right? Yes, so yeah, I just want to make it clear and that I still like fasting and I will still do it, but I've already said several times that when I first found out about it, I did it a lot more than I thought I really needed to, just to gain the experience. Like I feel like I started experimenting with fasting like late, or at the beginning of August last year, I guess, was my first long fast. And I've just done it so much that I've learned, I can really learn more, I think, than I've already done because I did it so much. For educational purposes, really. So, sorry if I just have to think a bit. What's the next thing here? Yeah, the most amazing thing about fasting is the rapid weight loss, because I think you who watch me know this already. It's so dumb with the political correctness and stuff that you can't, people pretending that you can be healthy at any size or whatever. It's obviously and absolutely not true. And that's the most amazing part about fasting, I think, like how fast you can lose weight. And when you are overweight, how great of a tool it actually is, because then you are going to have a lot of crap stored in your body that you can just clean out really fast. So that's the awesome thing. But to say some things that are still really, really good about it, even for, not very overweight people, it for sure improves insulin sensitivity and just food addiction. Like having fasted a lot, what I take with me from the fasting, like I say, I will still do it every now and then. I will for sure do it when I cut. I'm going to do my 48 routine. I have a video about that. Might link that at the end here. Like eating every other day, basically. It's great for cutting weight for someone like me. I think like that, eating every other day, awesome. But what I take with me mainly from having done all these longer fasts is the insulin sensitivity and food addiction. Like I have so little food addiction now. I never snack, I do my intermittent fasting, and most days I get all my calories in my 8-hour eating window, which I think is good. But sometimes, I really can't. Sorry, someone wanted to come in here. I don't know why. They're not allowed here. They don't work here. Yes, sometimes I do add a fourth meal, so my eating window becomes like 11 hours or so. And, still, there's no snacking going on, right? That's what I've learned a lot from fasting, that when you eat, you eat. It's not a leisure activity. You eat to fuel your body. You don't eat just because it feels so nice and you want something in your mouth all the time. That's really the main thing I've taken with me from fasting. And I've realized, because of having fasted from food, I realized how this concept is applicable to so many other things. Like some things, for me, like alcohol, it wasn't... At first, when I started living a healthier lifestyle, I felt like I had to say no to alcohol lots of times when I, kind of felt like drinking something. But then, just not drinking for several months, fasting from alcohol, I now have exactly like how I've reset my appetite and, my system for hunger, how I feel hunger and stuff. It's exactly the same with alcohol. I don't crave it at all. If I do drink it, it's a choice, and rarely more than one unit, like a beer, a glass of wine, 2 small glasses of champagne, something like that. And also, to be honest, sex is kind of the same for me. But okay, so that's kind of a different subject that I want to make another video about. But let's just put it like this. I was so addicted to girls, like having sex with girls and getting, validation from having sex with girls. But then, when I crashed in my life, started having all those panic attacks and stuff, and I could be like truly honest with myself, I realized that I was just chasing something to make me feel better. I wasn't feeling good with these girls, and a lot of that time, it was girls that I didn't really like wasn't very attracted to physically, did not like the personality, always lots of alcohol involved. And wake up the next day, you don't feel better at all. So I was kind of, how to put it? I was kind of slapped on my fingers, like, yeah, it happened naturally for me that I didn't really feel like hooking up with random women anymore. But I still have my sex drive, I will get horny sometimes, But since I've learned now that, it's my opinion, I'm Christian, I realize now why we're not supposed to have sex outside of marriage, but I still get the urges sometimes, especially, sustaining from it from so long. Now, summertime is around the corner, more sun means more testosterone, but I've learned now that, sustaining from things is a good thing for you a lot of the time. Just, yeah. So sorry if that didn't totally make sense to me. But it's now, having done all this fasting from food, I realize what I've done right about other things, like sex and alcohol. Yes. So for me, the fasting, for someone like me, like healthy already, lean already, and that, I think doing the fasts every now and then will keep your relationship to food good. And yeah, that's the main thing. It makes it you do kind of the reset where food isn't a drug anymore, something you just have because it's, good It's fueling your body. But now that we have gotten all the like health things out of the way, like let's not forget the spiritual things about fasting, because that to me is among the most awesome things. Like I've said that before, having fasted for 3, 4, 5 days several times, I just am so more confident now. So many people, they won't be able to do that, even if they try to. They'll fail. They'll have something like even not 24 hours later, and they're not dying or anything. They're not. They're not equipped for starvation, if that would happen. If they were thrown out on the street, if a war broke out, something. That's a great thing about fasting. You just feel like you realize how much you're capable of, how little you really need many things that you think you really need. And yes, also the mental clarity. If you have a lot of stress in your life, just fasting, becoming more animal-like for a few days, it just cleans all of your built-up stress thoughts in here. So that I think is awesome too. Yeah, well, that's kind of it. I'm going to do another one when I talk more about fasting and training, because some people have asked me about that. I think did that make sense at all? I'm kind of out of it. Still, you can see I'm shining still a little bit sweaty from the sauna. No, but yeah, the main thing to take with you here, like fasting is amazing, especially when you find yourself in a less healthy spot in life. Fasting is awesome. It's the fastest way to change things around. But don't be a zealot about it, like everyone has to fast and you have to do it all the time or anything. Because, yeah, that's how I changed. I did it more. I did fast more than I thought I needed to, but I thought I was going to do it like a 48 every week or so. That's something I can bring up now, even though it's more training related. But I've noticed that doing the fast so often, like a 48 per week, it will really stunt muscle growth. And that's why I started... you know what? Let's not talk too much about it. Sorry. No, not very good structure here. But let's say this: fasting too often is not good for muscle growth, but you can still increase your strength a lot. I moved my deadlift from 160 to 200 kilos, fasting at least 148 per week. So won't mess with your strength too much, but the building muscle can mess with. It's my experience now on a bulk when I've noticed just how I haven't grown this much in a long time, and also my strength increases even faster. So that's it basically. Fasting, amazing when you're kind of unhealthy, and for already healthy people, it still plays a role. It's still something positive, but you don't have to do it that often, Okay, so let's continue this discussion or whatever, but more on the training side in another video. In the meantime, every blah, blah, blah. Yeah, we're closing in on 500 subscribers. Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah. Let's see if we add some training clips here now. Take care, everyone.